warm welcome to TV Africa News and thank you for always joining us. This is Africa Today. My name is Najuma Lima, but first are the headlines. Uganda Land Commission boss Beatrice Biencha released on bail. Minister Kasolo directs a special Emyuga arrangement for Buvuma district. Iheanacho gifts Nigeria victory over Egypt in AFCON opener. The Anti-Corruption Court in Kololo has released on bail the Uganda Land Commission chairperson Beatrice Nyakaisiki Biencha on grounds of illness that requires medical attention. Biencha had earlier been charged with abuse of office and obstruction of a search in office by detectives from the Inspectorate of Government. We have more on this report.
In her ruling, the trial magistrate, Joan Achiro, accepted to release Biencha on a 4 million shillings cash bond, the same amount for each of her 2 bodyguards who were equally released on bail. The sureties for the 3 accused people were each asked to pay 35 million Ugandan shillings non-cash. However, one of the bodyguards failed to secure bail after 2 of his 3 sureties brought LC1 letters which were not in English language. The case was adjourned to January 17, 2022. Biencha appeared together with 3 of her bodyguards, including Richard Godfrey Anywa, Titus Wamono, and Edward Tuliatunga, of obstructing a search in her office. According to the charge sheet, the accused, while employed as the chairperson of the Uganda Land Commission and police constables respectively at Kampala on January 4, 2022, did in abuse of authority of their offices, willfully obstructed and hindered the lawful search of the office of the chairperson of the Uganda Land Commission, arbitrary acts prejudicial to the interests of their employer, the Government of Uganda and Inspectorate of Government.
Following the high number of defections of Democratic Party members to the National Unity Platform, the DP leadership has embarked on a new strategic plan to rebuild its structures in Kampala political area. The strategy also focuses on building structures in the new cities and rebranding the party countrywide. Nalugo reports.
While addressing journalists at the party headquarters in Kampala, DP President General Norbert Mao revealed that the party's delegates conference decided that Kampala should be empowered so that every division is elevated to the status of a district.
Buli division ya Kampala kati efuuse district nsemateeka wa DP. N'olwekyo akakiiko akafuzi aka National Executive Committee kagenda kuteekawo obukulembeze obupya mu buli district eri mu Kampala era ezaali ziyitibwa divisions.
Mao said Kampala is the most highly populated part of Uganda and is where DP has its stronghold. He said DP has been in charge of Kampala for long and all leaders in Kampala have their origin in the Democratic Party. Mao stressed that the party also intends to build structures of the new 10 cities that were created. Among the targeted cities include Soroti, Mbale, Jinja, Gulu, Lira, Arua, Mbarara, Hoima, Fort Portal and Masaka.
Kusinziira ku constitution ya DP, obukulembeze obuliwo tulina kubuddaabiriza n'olwekyo tugenda kuteekawo obukiiko obupya mu buli site. Tujja kusinziira ku bukulembeze obwo tuzimbe obukulembeze obwa wansi.
He explained that they intend to appoint interim executive committees in all the cities because each of the cities has new areas but without any leadership. Mao revealed that the party organizing secretary is yet to produce the party branch inspection to know where they need to strengthen. He stressed that this year is a year of action to ensure that DP rebuilds, regroups and rebrands and starts with new leaders. Nalugo Muyingo, Africa Today.
Moving on, the State Minister in charge of microfinance, Haruna Kasolo, has directed that Buvuma district gets a special treatment in regards to the implementation of Emyuga program. Kachanchu has more.
Minister Kasolo, who was in the district for a follow-up meeting, was on Tuesday astonished to hear that several members who borrowed from the Emyoga circles didn't pay back the money they thought was theirs to eat. Kasolo said that whoever took the money must bring it back because it isn't for eating or sharing, but rather for development work which should be repaid to their circles. The minister blamed this state of affairs on leaders who attended preparation meetings for the program, whom he said didn't brief well the public on how the program works. According to the minister, it would be unfair for the district that is made up of 52 scattered islands to be considered as part of a Emyoga program basing on district levels. He insisted that many of the islands are far apart, adding that as part of the special arrangement, Emyoga in Buvuma will be implemented at a sub-county level. The minister said he would soon dispatch a team of technocrats from the Microfinance Support Center to work with the resident district commissioner and district commercial officer to prepare ground to ensure the proper implementation of the program at the sub-county level.
Let's go for a very quick short break. We will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching TV Africa News, The Right to Know. The Ethiopian journalist, blogger, and founder of the Banderas for Genuine Democracy Party, Eskinder Nega, has expressed his intention to participate in a national dialogue.
After more than a year in prison, the 52-year-old opposition leader who recovered his freedom last Friday said that he is ready to take part in a national dialogue process, adding that the country needs a national dialogue, whether it will bear fruits or will it be a trustworthy process. Eskinder Nega had been imprisoned in a maximum security prison in Addis Ababa following his participation in protests that took place in the capital following the murder of a popular Oromo singer. Following his liberation, he came back to a country hit by a nearly year-long war, opposing the military to the Tigray People's Liberation Front, which has forced some estimated 1.7 million people to flee their homes. The Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed had called for national reconciliation in his Orthodox Christmas message. He proceeded to pardon on January 7th numerous prominent opposition figures as he hoped to pave the way to a lasting solution to Ethiopia's problems in a non-violent and peaceful way. According to the founder of the Banderas for Genuine Democratic Party, the priority should indeed be building back peace. He added that the most important issue they face as a nation now is that war that's being waged against their unity by the TPLF. In a first move to restore the unity of the nation, and following a successful campaign to hold the advance of Tigrayan forces eager to march on Addis Ababa, the Ethiopian Federal Army and its allies announced last December that they would not advance deeper into the Tigray region.
The United Nations on Monday began meetings with Sudanese groups to find a way out of the political deadlock that has paralyzed the country since an October military coup. We have more.
UN envoy for Sudan, Volker Perthes, told a news conference in the capital Khartoum that consultations will first aim to build confidence between the military and the pro-democracy movement before they possibly engage in direct talks. He said that the time has come to end violence and to enter a comprehensive consultative process to solve the crisis. The turmoil in Sudan has intensified with the resignation of embattled Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok last week, following the failure to reach a compromise between the military and the pro-democracy movement. Perthes said the consultations that began on Monday could eventually result in a consensus that would help find a compromise to ease the grinding stalemate. He said that the UN mission was meeting with a civil society group on Monday and would continue engaging with other players in the coming days. He said that some protest groups have rejected the UN offer for talks and put the removal of the military from power as a condition to engage in negotiations. In a statement, The ruling Sovereign Council welcomed the UN initiative to facilitate talks amongst Sudanese players and called on the African Union to support and contribute to the efforts.
Away from that, in South Africa, the main suspect in Parliament's fire, Ali Januali, was charged this Tuesday for terrorism. 49-year-old Zandile Murphy appeared in court for the second time since he was arrested on the day of the fire. We have more on this report.
Last week, the suspect was charged with housebreaking with intent to steal, theft, 2 counts of arson and possession of an explosive device. Luvuyo Gola, lawyer for Zandile Murphy, said that his client needs to be observed by the medical experts. The spokesperson for the National Prosecuting Authority, Eric Ntabazalira, said that they did not intend to ambush the accused with that letter, adding that the fact of the matter is that the accused was sent for observation and the observation came back saying that the accused suffers from paranoid schizophrenia, the reason why they requested the court to send him to a psychiatric hospital for observation for the obvious reasons. Many, however, do not believe the authorities and want to see the suspect freed. Venetia O'Gill, Murphy's supporter, said that she was there to stand in solidarity for Zandile Christmas Murphy because she believed that he is innocent because she knows him to an extent that she feeds him from time to time as a homeless person in Cape Town. The fire started at dawn in January 2nd and it destroyed the main chamber of the National Assembly where deputies sit. It took 4 days for the fire to be completely extinguished.
Nasil Issa Kwara, Nigeria's head of the National Population Commission, has announced the news on Monday that Africa's most populous country is ready to conduct its first digital census in May 2022. According to local sources, the official was away on a trip in Kaduna State when he disclosed the information.
The National Population Commission chairman, Nasir Issa Kwara, started a few months ago a tour to the governors of the 36 states that the federation comprises with an aim of creating public awareness on the upcoming census. He told the reporters that more than 15 years after the last population count, new instruments and methodology will be introduced, adding that they have the map data in their system, Androids, which unlike the analog era will make it very easy for a reliable and credible census. Pre-test exercises started in last year before the completion of the enumeration area demarcation exercise, which involves dividing the entire country into small units easily covered by a team of enumerators during the census. According to the chairman Kwara, a pre-test is not the actual census but the mirror through which they look at their readiness for the next census. Back in 2006, the population estimated was 140 million inhabitants, but this figure was contested by some groups. Nigerians from the southern states claimed that estimate had been manipulated to favor the north. The exact date of the May 2022 exercise is awaiting approval by President Muhammadu Buhari.
Let's once again take a quick break. We will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching TV Africa News, the right to know. In our business news today, the president of Cape Verde arrived on Monday in Angola for its first state visit abroad. Jose Maria Neves praised the way Angola has treated his country and it is leading in the region.
Jose Maria Neves, Cape Verde's president, said that they want to show how grateful they are for the way in which Angola has positioned itself in the southern and central African region and at African level. He added that they are counting on Angola with its enormous contribution to building a united, strong Africa, an Africa that is more modern, fairer, more inclusive, and with more opportunities for all its daughters and sons. For Angola's president, strengthening the links between Praia and Luanda is a priority. João Lourenço affirmed that their ambition in terms of civil aviation is not only to link the two capitals, but starting from one of the capitals, that is from Praia, to go beyond that and reach the countries in the region, West Africa, Europe, and the United States of America. He added that their airline has air resources that are idle. The planes are not meant to stay on the ground, but rather they are meant to move up the skies. The president of Cape Verde also added that the country would support Angola if and when it decides to apply to become a member of ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States.
In our health news today, Uganda has committed to conduct free COVID-19 rapid tests at the Kenya-Uganda border points of Busia and Maraba for 7 days to ease intra-EAC trade on the Northern Transit Corridor. Currently, over 4,500 trucks have stalled at the two border posts due to the mandatory COVID-19 testing requirement introduced by Uganda on December 20th, 2021.
The move follows a joint multi-sectoral virtual meeting of the ministers, cabinet secretaries responsible for East African Community Affairs, Health and Transport convened by the East African Community Secretariat on Monday. The meeting noted that this was a deviation from the 14 days COVID-19 testing period previously agreed at the regional level and monitored through the regional electronic cargo and drivers tracking systems. During the meeting, the multi-sectoral ministers agreed that partner states always notify each other in case of any deviations from the agreed protocols relating to measures against COVID-19. Adani Mohammed, chair of the East African Community Council of Ministers, welcomed the move, which he said will smoothen the movement of goods and services across the border points. The joint multi-sectoral meeting further directed partner states to recognize certificates from credited national recognized laboratories with a validity of 14 hours for fully vaccinated truck drivers and 72 hours for unvaccinated truck drivers moving goods across the region. This, they said, will mitigate the future recurrence of the border traffic impasse. Further, they agreed that partner states should implement the East African Community Pass to fast-track verification of COVID-19 test results. Dr. Peter Mathuki, East African Community Secretary General, said that the East African Community Pass is a system that integrates all East African Community partner states' negative test results for COVID-19 and those vaccinated and can be easily accessed on mobile phone. Mathuki added that this is said to ease the turnaround time at the border points.
And in sports, on Tuesday, a structured Nigeria team dominated and won their first game against Egypt in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations. The Super Eagles clinched 1-0 victory over the Pharaohs.
Faced with the Pharaohs of Egypt and their superstar Mohamed Salah, the Nigerian squad earned 3 points to take the lead in their group. From the start of the fixture, the Super Eagles put pressure on Egyptians. In the 30th minute, the spiker from Leicester, Kelechi Iheanacho, scored for Nigeria. Despite punctual Egyptian offensives and Pharaohs dominating passes, statistics, and controlled ball possession, they made less shots on target. This weakness served a structured Nigerian team which had the upper hand for long periods. Nigerian fans were over the moon on Tuesday and couldn't contain their joy outside the Romde Agia Stadium of Garoua in Cameroon for a good reason after the Super Eagles won their heavyweight Group D opener 1-0. With this first win, Super Eagles have 1 foot into the next stage if they keep their advantage. Egypt will try to make a comeback as they play Guinea-Bissau on Saturday, January 15th. On the same day, Iheanacho and his teammates will play Sudan.
That was the news. Thank you for always keeping it TV Africa. Please do stay tuned. More programming coming your way.